Søren Kierkegaard, born in 1813 in Copenhagen, Denmark, is a philosopher whose ideas have had a lasting impact on existentialism. He challenged the superficiality of traditional philosophies, seeking a more authentic understanding of human life. His reflections have influenced not only philosophers but also psychologists and theologians, inviting everyone to embark on an introspective journey into the fundamental questions of existence. Kierkegaard's contributions continue to resonate strongly, offering a profound lens to explore the human condition. From a young age, Kierkegaard was deeply influenced by the philosophical thought of his father, a man of deep religious faith. This led him to study philosophy and theology at the University of Copenhagen, where he began to explore the great themes of human existence. However, as he delved into the philosophical works of the time, Kierkegaard felt increasing disillusionment. He believed that contemporary theories lacked depth and authenticity, failing to capture the true essence of human experience. Kierkegaard saw philosophy as an intimate and personal exploration, reflecting the complexities and dilemmas of real life. This quest for authenticity led him to question the foundations of established philosophies, which he viewed as detached from people's real concerns. Instead of passively accepting traditional ideas, he began developing his own theories, focusing on subjective experience and individuality. This revolutionary approach laid the groundwork for his future contributions to existentialism. Kierkegaard's dissatisfaction with traditional philosophy also manifested in his critique of contemporary theology. He viewed institutionalized religion as superficial and dogmatic, incapable of offering meaningful answers to deep existential questions. For Kierkegaard, faith should be a personal and introspective journey, marked by passion and individual commitment. This perspective led him to write extensively about the need for an authentic and lived faith, as opposed to mere religious conformity. Despite his disillusionment with traditional philosophical and theological approaches, Kierkegaard did not abandon his quest for answers. Instead, he transformed his frustration into a drive to explore new ways of thinking. He believed that to truly understand the human condition, one must dive into the depths of existence and confront life's uncertainties. This commitment to seeking authenticity and depth marked all his work and left a lasting legacy for philosophy and theology. One of the most notable concepts introduced by Kierkegaard is angst, a profound form of existential anxiety that arises from life's uncertainty and unpredictability. Unlike medical anxiety disorders, existential angst isn't rooted in a specific fear or concrete threat. Instead, it is a response to the freedom and responsibility inherent in the human condition. This distinction highlights the philosophical and existential nature of the angst Kierkegaard described, making it an essential part of the human experience. For Kierkegaard, angst is an inevitable and necessary experience that everyone faces at some point in their lives. He believed that this deep sense of anxiety was indicative of our freedom and the infinite possibilities of choices we can make. Therefore, angst should not be avoided but understood and confronted. By facing our angst, we are challenged to reflect on our choices and seek a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Kierkegaard saw angst as a catalyst for introspection and personal growth. When we experience this form of anxiety, we are compelled to question our lives, values, and beliefs in a profound and meaningful way. This process forces us out of our comfort zones and to confront the often uncomfortable realities of our existence. It is in this process that we find the opportunity to transform and evolve, using angst as a powerful tool for self-knowledge. Moreover, Kierkegaard differentiated existential angst from the everyday anxieties that we all face. He emphasized that existential angst is deeply connected to our freedom and our potential to create meaning in our lives. Facing this angst is an essential part of the human journey in search of authenticity and personal fulfillment. This perspective challenges us to see angst not as a problem to be solved but as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. For Kierkegaard, angst was not just an emotional state but a powerful philosophical and existential tool. He viewed this angst as a question that challenges our understanding of life and forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge. This experience of existential angst leads us to question the purpose of our existence and reflect on our choices and actions deeply. Kierkegaard believed that by facing this angst, we are compelled to seek a more authentic and meaningful understanding of life. Kierkegaard's philosophical investigation into angst is rooted in the idea that life is full of uncertainties and ambiguities. He argued that instead of seeking definitive answers, we should embrace these uncertainties as an integral part of the human experience. This challenges us to accept that we don't have all the answers and that the quest for knowledge and truth is an ongoing process. According to Kierkegaard, recognizing the limitations of our understanding is a crucial step toward achieving a deeper and more authentic comprehension of ourselves and the world around us. Kierkegaard also explored how angst can be a motivating force for introspection and self-knowledge. He believed that by confronting existential angst, we are led to reflect on our lives and ask difficult questions about our identity and purpose. This process of questioning can be uncomfortable, but it is essential for personal growth and fulfillment. Kierkegaard saw angst as an opportunity to explore our deepest emotions and thoughts, leading us to a richer and more complete understanding of our existence. This philosophical and existential approach emphasizes the importance of embracing angst as part of the human condition. Instead of fleeing or avoiding these feelings, Kierkegaard encourages us to face them and use them as a tool for self-discovery and personal growth. This perspective prepares us to explore the intrinsic relationship between angst and freedom, a central theme in Kierkegaard's philosophy, which highlights how this angst can liberate us to live a more authentic and meaningful life. Kierkegaard formulated the famous notion that anxiety is the dizziness of freedom, emphasizing the profound connection between these two concepts. For him, anxiety arises from the vast range of possibilities that freedom offers us. This freedom allows us to make meaningful choices but also confronts us with the uncertainty and responsibility of our decisions. The dizziness we feel in the face of this freedom reflects our awareness of the infinite possibilities and the consequences of our choices. Understanding anxiety as the dizziness of freedom is central to grasping Kierkegaard's philosophy. He believed that freedom carries an existential weight, a feeling of standing on the edge of an abyss where each choice can lead to a different path. This state of uncertainty can be paralyzing, but it also provides an opportunity to embrace our autonomy and capacity to shape our lives. For Kierkegaard, it is through confronting this dizziness that we find the true essence of freedom and the possibility of living an authentic life. Therefore, anxiety should not be feared but understood as an inherent aspect of our condition as free beings. Kierkegaard saw anxiety not just as a challenge but as an invitation to explore our own freedom and creativity. He suggested that by confronting anxiety, we are compelled to reflect on our lives and make decisions that reflect our deepest values and aspirations. For instance, someone might feel anxiety when choosing between a secure career and pursuing an artistic dream. This anxiety, though uncomfortable, is an opportunity to evaluate what truly matters and make a choice that is true to oneself. According to Kierkegaard, the relationship between anxiety and freedom is an essential element of the human condition. He argued that instead of avoiding anxiety, we should accept it as part of the process of living a full and meaningful life. By facing anxiety, we acknowledge the depth of our freedom and the responsibility that comes with it. This perspective prepares us to explore how anxiety can be transformed into a positive force for personal growth and the pursuit of authentic passions, a theme Kierkegaard develops in his works. Kierkegaard believed that anxiety could be transformed into a driving force for personal growth through the cultivation of genuine passions. For him, passions are what give meaning and depth to our existence, and by confronting our anxiety, we can discover and nurture these passions. Whether in love, creative activities, or personal development, Kierkegaard saw these passions as a means to transcend angst and find true purpose. A practical example would be someone who, in facing the anxiety of a new career, discovers a passion for art or music that transforms their life. Exploring and nurturing our passions is fundamental to personal growth, according to Kierkegaard. He believed that by deeply engaging in something we love, we can find a greater and more authentic sense of existence. This might involve dedicating oneself to a hobby, seeking a meaningful relationship, or getting involved in causes that resonate with our deepest values. The key is that these passions help us channel anxiety in a constructive way, transforming it into positive energy for self-discovery and development. In addition to helping us deal with anxiety, passions play a crucial role in our quest for authenticity. Kierkegaard saw passions as an expression of our individuality, a way to connect with who we truly are. By following our passions, we affirm our identity and distance ourselves from external expectations and pressures. For instance, someone who has always dreamed of writing a book might finally decide to dedicate time and effort to this passion, finding deeper meaning and personal fulfillment. Kierkegaard also emphasized the importance of cultivating these passions with dedication and commitment. He believed that by investing time and energy in our passions, we are not just escaping anxiety but also building a life that reflects our deepest values and desires. This process of dedication and effort is essential for personal growth and fulfillment. By committing to our passions, we accept anxiety as part of the journey and use it as a drive to achieve our goals and dreams. This perspective leads us to explore the idea of subjective truth and how it relates to the pursuit of authenticity and meaning. Kierkegaard introduced the idea of subjective truth, encouraging individuals to explore their own perspectives, values, and aspirations. He believed that truth is not a universal concept but something each person must discover for themselves. This concept challenges the notion that there is a single objective truth applicable to everyone. Instead, Kierkegaard suggested that each individual must seek their own truth, something that deeply resonates with their personal and emotional experience. A practical example of this can be found in how people choose their careers based on their passions and personal interests rather than following conventional paths. For Kierkegaard, subjective truth is a form of authenticity, a commitment to what is real and meaningful to the individual. He argued that to live authentically, we must be willing to question social norms and expectations and seek what is true for ourselves. This quest for subjective truth can be challenging, as it requires introspection and honesty with oneself. However, it is through this quest that we find a sense of purpose and fulfillment. For example, someone might discover that despite social pressure to pursue a lucrative career, their true passion lies in art or education. In sum, Kierkegaard's philosophy encourages us to embrace our anxiety and passions as integral parts of our human experience. By doing so, we can live more authentically, pursue our true desires, and find deeper meaning in our lives. Subjective truth, according to Kierkegaard, also entails rejecting conformity in the passive acceptance of imposed truths. He saw conformity as a form of self-deception, a way to avoid the discomfort of confronting our own doubts and uncertainties. By seeking subjective truth, we commit to a life of authenticity and integrity. This might mean making choices that go against societal or familial expectations but are essential for our own happiness and sense of purpose. An example of this is someone who decides to leave a stable job to pursue a career they truly love. Kierkegaard emphasized that the pursuit of subjective truth is a continuous process of self-discovery and reflection. He believed that by engaging in this pursuit, we are constantly evolving and coming closer to a deeper understanding of ourselves. This process involves facing our anxieties and uncertainties but also embracing the freedom and responsibility of our choices. Therefore, the pursuit of subjective truth is a personal and unique journey that leads to a fuller and more authentic life. This perspective helps us understand how anxiety can be a catalyst for self-realization and personal growth. Kierkegaard believed that anxiety is not just an obstacle but an essential part of the process of self-realization and personal fulfillment. For him, confronting anxiety is an opportunity for deep introspection and self-assessment. By facing our fears and uncertainties, we are forced to examine our lives, our choices, and our motivations. This process of self-examination is crucial for personal development and living authentically. For example, someone who feels anxiety about a significant life change can use this feeling as a prompt to reflect on their true desires and goals. Introspection and self-reflection are central practices in Kierkegaard's philosophy. He encouraged people not to flee from anxiety but to use it as a tool to explore their own identities and aspirations. This process can involve moments of discomfort and doubt, but it is through it that we find clarity and purpose. By confronting our anxiety, we begin to understand what truly matters to us and how we can align our lives with those values. Practices such as journaling, meditation, or talking with a mentor can be effective ways to promote this introspection. Kierkegaard saw anxiety as a sign that we are living consciously and that we are committed to the pursuit of authenticity. He believed that a full and meaningful life is not achieved by avoiding anxiety but by facing it head-on and allowing it to guide us on our journey of self-discovery. By embracing anxiety, we recognize our limitations and challenges but also our capacity to grow and evolve. This confrontation with anxiety allows us to develop resilience and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Kierkegaard's perspective leads us to reconsider anxiety as a valuable and transformative aspect of the human experience. Instead of viewing it merely as a problem to be solved, we can understand it as an integral part of our journey towards self-realization. By accepting and exploring our anxiety, we pave the way for a more authentic and meaningful life. This prepares us for Kierkegaard's next reflection on the importance of rejecting conformity and distractions, maintaining a firm commitment to personal growth and authenticity. Kierkegaard warned against conformity and distractions, emphasizing the importance of a firm commitment to personal growth and authenticity. He believed that society often pushes us to follow norms and expectations that do not reflect our true desires and values. This pressure to conform can distance us from our own identity and purpose. Kierkegaard encouraged people to question these norms and seek their own truths, even if it means going against the tide. For instance, someone might feel pressured to pursue a conventional career but chooses to follow their true passion, such as art or writing, to live authentically. Distractions are another significant barrier to self-realization, according to Kierkegaard. In a world full of constant stimuli, it's easy to lose focus and veer away from our personal goals. Kierkegaard saw distractions as ways to avoid facing our anxieties and internal questions. He challenged us to tune out these distractions and dedicate time to introspection and personal development. Practices such as meditation, reading philosophy, or simply spending time in nature can help reduce distractions and create space for deep reflection. Kierkegaard also believed that rejecting conformity and distractions was essential for authenticity. He saw authenticity as a commitment to our deepest values and beliefs, regardless of external pressures. This commitment requires the courage to challenge social expectations and pursue what is truly meaningful to us. By rejecting conformity, we affirm our individuality and our ability to live a full and authentic life. This may involve making difficult choices and facing criticism, but it is a crucial step towards personal fulfillment. Finally, Kierkegaard reminded us that living an authentic life is a continuous process of growth and self-discovery. He encouraged us to see the rejection of conformity and distractions not as an end in itself but as part of a larger journey towards self-realization. By committing to this path, we open up the possibility for true happiness and fulfillment. This perspective prepares us to explore how angst and freedom, previously discussed, connect with the rejection of conformity in distractions, completing the cycle of self-discovery proposed by Kierkegaard. By understanding the intricate relationship between angst, freedom, and the rejection of conformity, we can appreciate the comprehensive approach Kierkegaard advocated for achieving an authentic and meaningful life. This involves facing our anxieties, embracing our freedoms, and committing to a path of personal growth that aligns with our deepest values and passions. Soren Kierkegaard offers us a profound and transformative view of human existence. Through understanding angst, cultivating genuine passions, seeking subjective truth, and rejecting conformity in distractions, he guides us on a journey of self-discovery and personal fulfillment. By facing our anxieties and embracing our freedom, we are challenged to live in a more authentic and meaningful way. Applying these concepts in everyday life might seem daunting, but it's essential for achieving a full and satisfying life. If you feel lost or anxious about your path, remember Kierkegaard's lessons. Take time for introspection, identify your passions, and commit to the pursuit of authenticity. Ask yourself, am I living according to my deepest values and aspirations? Am I letting conformity or distractions pull me away from my true essence? If the answer is yes, it might be time to reassess your choices and make significant changes. Now, we want to hear from you. How do you face your anxieties? What are your passions and how do you cultivate them? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation about the pursuit of an authentic and meaningful life. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to keep learning about these and other fascinating topics.